the pleasure of meeting yesterday at boot camp, which was an awesome day. So much fun.
It was a great day. I really enjoyed it. You know, I am going to put the earpiece in.
Okay, yep, sounds great.
Oh, no, I'm not. Anyway, we're breaking up the joint.
That's okay. I'll just talk really loud for us. Sound good? So one thing is that you do is you help brands with their go-to market strategies.
That's right.
So can you give a piece of advice for brands and just to help them figure out who they are? If you could give one piece of advice, what would it be?
Stay local. Go deep as you can locally. Just push. You need to be on as many shelves of the right stores as you can find, not the wrong stores, and don't give your product away. I mean, that's your short-term strategy. The first 6 months, just get it right, learn, make your mistakes, and move on, and don't do the mistakes the second time.
So then when they get to kind of like their 2.0, what would be the next tip of advice would you
just
give them?
Keep doing the same strategy, moving it out and out and out, and then eventually start hiring people and brokers, and then you're putting your distributors on. I really tell people to sell it out of the trunk of your car. I mean, if you do that, you have the passion, you make your mistakes, you learn from your mistakes, and you go on.
Mm-hmm. And one thing yesterday that you talked a lot about was just brokers and how your broker needs to be in love with you and you need to be in love with your broker.
I like to say in love because, and you know what? It really still can happen. There's so many products that these people see and have to, even eat out of all the samples they get. And how are you going to get that mind share? So if I love you, I'm going to give you a lot more time and energy and emotion and your product. And usually there's a lot of great products. There's not a lot of great people. So
how do you seduce a broker then? How do you get someone to fall in love with you?
Boy, it's a lot of hand touching and a lot of back rubbing. And, I've had people get my attention. When I was a broker, I had people get my attention by the weirdest things. I mean, sending me a little package with your samples. And, you'd be surprised how many people. I just had a meeting in Montreal last week with a startup. I hope they're not listening. Well, maybe you should learn from this. They might be listening. They had no samples. They gave me a little trial thing, and and I'm like, I can't really understand your product if you're going to give me one little trial size. Now, to their defense, they may not have had a product ready. They may be in production right now. I don't know. But then tell me that. The most successful founders I've seen they are passionate about their product, and that product's always there, always in front of you, always on the table.
Awesome. And like any good relationship, obviously there has to be a level of honesty too.
Tremendous honesty, yeah.
What is a fair expectation for you to have of your broker?
Well, it depends on the product, the brand, the time of year, and the market, but it's really about communication all day long, how many stores we put on, what's the problem in the stores, and that's all part of honesty and being really transparent about your services and it goes both ways. I was talking about getting paid. I mean, if you can't send me the check, let me know. Don't, stream me out. You can stream me out. A lot of times, some brokers will even go 6 months to a year, but if you let them know and you negotiate that, or maybe give them some stock in your company, because stock is equity, which is cash. So. Absolutely.
And obviously, you've been in the business now for 30 years, more so than that. You're a vet. You've seen a lot. So, right now, what has been kind of the biggest transformation you think different from now versus when you first started, just facing the industry?
A lot of young, passionate, look at Brooklyn, look at what's going on in the Pfizer building. It's insanity. The other thing is in the olden days, or as they say back in the day, we didn't take money from anybody. There were no VC investors or, we went to mom and dad or went to a friend and you could, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. But now we're seeing startups try to raise gazillions, like the Hampton Farms thing. It's unbelievable. These tech valuations.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. The valuations are unbelievable.
And I mean, so you just mentioned kind of Silicon Valley area, and how is tech playing a role more so in food now?
Probably more on the social media side would be my guess.
Yeah. And at boot camp yesterday, you also mentioned just getting your products into airlines and how that, especially when you're working with different brokers, is just a completely different beast. And a lot of our viewers want to be able to do that and get it. What tips do you have for them?
Say that again.
What tips do you have for them to kind of navigate that space?
Yeah, it's really, again, they have to be passionate and want you. I mean, I have a brand which just recently we're getting it onto JetBlue.
Yep.
And it's just working and falling into place. And you may not make any money on it, but you know what? That's okay. It's advertising, it's marketing, and it's a big demo in the sky.
Really true. So if you had $1 million right now to
Yeah.
invest in any food trend, what would you put your money on?
Well, I would break it up so you get your, split your risk a little bit. But one
Very
company, $1
sensible
million
of you.
bucks, would probably be like Amy's Frozen Foods.
Okay.
Somebody I know, they have traction, I know what they're doing. But no, as far as a category, it would either be snacks or beverage, that I know. Because those have more turnover and more appeal to the buyers. Which, by the way, one other thing right now, this is your time to strike as a startup. Buyers want new products. They're looking for them. I've never seen them. That's probably the biggest thing that I've seen change. Buyers are actively looking and bringing in people. The problem is you got to get in front of the right buyers. So,
Okay, one tip to get in front of the right buyer. I know.
oh
There's
gosh, a lot of it's luck. A lot of it's just luck.
True.
And persistence. I've seen a lot of people knock on a lot of doors and be really persistent. And that's sometimes, they either think you're a pain in the ass and make you go away or not.
Okay, so we're going to play. We're wrapping up. We're almost done. We're going to play one quick game, okay?
Oh,
you ready?
Game.
I know. Like he's terrified.
I'm not good at games.
Okay, so I'm going to say an industry buzzword or a category, and I want you to say the first word that comes to your mind, okay? It's going to be rapid fire. It'll be really quick.
Let's go.
Okay. Clean label.
Fresh, transparent,
Organic.
follow the rules. USDA organic, follow those rules.
Gluten-free.
Boy, is it a trend? No, it's here to stay. We all laughed at it. I didn't even know what gluten was.
Wholesome.
Pure, organic, natural.
Millennials.
Young kids that really know a lot more than I do about some things and a lot less.
I said, be nice. I am one.
I know.
And then your favorite place to go for industry news.
DevNet and Project NOSH.
There you go.
Which is actually true. It's an amazing thing.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Well, thank you so much, Bruce, for coming on.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it. Have a good one. I'll catch up with you after the show.